The Retromantic here with American Explorer once again. We are in the abandoned campground. There's just too much to put into one video. So in this one we will be exploring buildings that were probably used for like sleeping quarters or bunks or whatever you want to call it. We did see like a ham radio thing. Was that right?
Some type of, I think they had a base station two-way radio out
Okay,
here because at the time
yeah.
this was here, there was no cell phones or anything, and you can't get a signal in here anyway, so cell phones would have been useless here anyhow. So it's right there, the antenna for it's right there. It's upside down. It crashed some time ago, but that would have been the only way they could have communicated with the other cottages, houses, whatever you want to call them. And that would have been a security thing. If this is for troubled youth like we thought, then you have to maintain security at all times. In case something happens, they have to have a way of getting help. So.
Right. We are losing daylight, so we're going to try to do it fairly quickly. When we were up at another building, or the chapel up there, we did notice, or at least American Explorer noticed, that there was an additional house he believes he hasn't seen before. So it's a new discovery, and we want to see if we can get out to that today. So we're going to kind of make this one quick.
Yeah, we're going to give it a try.
So let's get to it. Wow, so this is a lot bigger than it looked.
Yes, it is.
So there's actually like a underneath place.
Yeah, like a carport.
Yeah, like a carport. And it goes much farther back than I thought.
Yes, it's a house, and there's also an upstairs in here too. It's bigger than it was.
For sure.
This is an old Norge washing machine, or dryer rather. And Norge hasn't made home appliances in years. So
Interesting. I've actually not even heard of that brand. That's a new one for me.
Norge used to have a lot of laundromats. My mother and I used to go to the laundromat years ago in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Norge laundromat. It had interesting signage, a big ball with different colored spots on it, a band around it said Norge.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the 60s. This logo is 60, so this is an old dryer.
And notice here we have another waterfall style piece of furniture there, a dresser, which is older and probably from more along the 30s or 40s.
And it's a shame it's just sitting here like that.
Yeah, it's definitely rotting.
Yeah. And that's not going anywhere. So much for opening that.
Old chair. Oh, so there's actually some seating left behind in this one. And an old TV, wow.
Yeah, there's no console TV now. There's no brand name on it.
It's generic. No.
So I have no
Wow,
idea.
that's crazy.
Now this is back when TVs were furniture.
Yes.
And the sound from these things was awesome. It was awesome.
My great-grandma had one of these, and I would watch it when I came over. This is 70s. That print, it screams 70s. There's a shoe, a modern-day shoe, and there's more.
Yeah, instead of having the ubiquitous one shoe without its mate, we have multiple pairs of shoes. So
Don't know what happened to its owner, but
I think those are probably the shoes for the residents. Work shoes, because in a program like this, it would have been kind of like a work program more than likely.
yeah. There's that print. Sorry, I can't get over. It's very, very 70s. It's a couch, and it had the matching, like, recliner chair. It's not a recliner, but armchair. Matching armchair. And there's one more over here that's like a rocker. And there's a fold-out one. Ugly stuff. Again, I don't like everything from the past. I don't care for those too much.
Now, I believe this is another coal burning stove, I believe. Not stove, but heater. I believe this burns coal because the fire chamber is very small, not big enough for wood, really.
Yeah. What is that pink thing? Super Hair Creations.
I was thinking part of a child's toy, maybe.
It is. Just for some reason, it's weird to see the color pink here. Because it's so like tan and beige and bland, and then I just happen to see that bright pink thing, and it's part of a children's toy.
And it's kind of strange that we keep finding things for young children here. But there was another placement that I was familiar with in Georgia that took kids from age 7 to 17 or 18, which is too wide an age range. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's not good.
And some bad things happened there. Really bad things.
There's some old bedding in here. It's definitely some 70s style sheets. I know that because I actually collect old linens and bed sheets. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I like to put those on my bed. What?
Rotten floor. This is
rotten floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that there.
And it's rotten way before you get there.
And that stove is going down into the ground.
And again, I didn't mean to grab on you, but I don't want you to fall.
No, you're fine.
through.
There's another ugly 70s couch and a pew, looks like.
Yes, it is.
A desk in the corner there. There's more stuff in this one than the others.
Yes, this one had the most in it.
And a bat flies out in my face. No. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, 7 years bad luck for somebody. And it's our mountain stairs. I don't know if you can get a perspective on that on camera or not.
Pretty straight up.
Yeah, climbing's not the problem. But when you got no handrail coming back down, yeah.
There's a interesting combination here of what looked like snakeskin and an underwear band.
Really?
I don't think it's actually snakeskin. It looked like it. I do see underwear though. It's kind of disturbing. It's like linoleum, but it's meant to mimic parquet flooring.
Right.
Parquet. I have to look that up. And you could work out.
Yep.
Wow. Get some of that aggression out.
That might have been part of the idea. Now cross painted on the door. Now, interesting story behind these kind of doors. Now, it may just be a story, but I read it and I should have thought about researching it further, but I read an article that said these types of doors, 6 panel doors like that, originated in the 1700s, and they were indeed intended to form a cross.
Mm-hmm.
And these 2 panels down here represented an open Bible.
Huh.
And I had never heard that. I had noticed years ago that these types of doors formed a cross right there for sure, but that was the first thing I read that it had any kind of biblical origins or whatever. Now, that might be just somebody's story.
Yeah.
You know how that goes, and I haven't researched it.
Yeah. It's interesting though. There's a warning here, not responsible for what happens when you open this door.
Well, being the rebel that I am,
You're gonna open it!
I'm going to open
Oh my goodness!
it.
He's adding his own sound effects.
Yes, absolutely.
This is where they put the bad kids, apparently. I'm just kidding. I hope that's not the case.
Well, I'm sure they had one or two that they wish they could.
There's
You always do. And another cross painted on the inside.
Oh yeah. For the kids that were on the inside.
Be reminded of what they ought to be doing.
Bathroom, obviously.
And this was not the original section to this house. So here's an exterior window right here.
Yeah.
So this was added on to at one point.
And this place is in the shape and style of the Amityville house.
You'll see that from the front in just a few minutes. You'll see what I'm talking about. It doesn't look exactly like it, but
It's shaped similarly.
it's just kind of reminiscent of it. What is that? Yeah, it's a foot of a bed in there. Foot of a twin bed in there.
The bunk bed is what I expected to see in here, and there is one.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
That's the quick way to the first floor. Express route.
Hideous 70s furniture again.
Now, Retromantic is a furniture critic. You know, it has a name for it all. Hideous 70s.
Yes.
But
Like,
ugly 80s.
I prefer other decades when it comes to home furnishings, not 70s or 80s.
Right.
50s furnishings are pretty cool, and 60s. Oh my goodness gracious!
Sorry.
You guys, it's my favorite game in the whole world. It's like I'm meant to be here.
Sorry.
I love Asari. I used to play it when I was a kid with my dad, and
I played with my parents too. Now,
Yeah.
the one they had was vintage. It was 1960s, the original.
I have one. I have several copies of Sorry from different decades, and I recently got it out at Thanksgiving, and my dad played it again like we used to when I was a kid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this logo here came out in the 70s. That was later.
That's so cool.
Yep, none of the game pieces are with it, but that's a cool find anyway.
And you have to go sorry in an obnoxious way.
And it can be the most frustrating game on the
I
planet.
can. It's fun though.
It is. I love it. Right back down the mountain with no handrail.
Yeah. Here's the inner workings of the TV there. You don't always get to see that. You know, I've seen people gut these things and put like aquariums inside and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then it looks like the fish are on TV.
Uh-huh.
I saw that at somebody's house when I was in college. I thought it was pretty cool. They got their first aid sign up here for poisoning. From Eckerd Drugstore. I remember that one. America's Family Drugstore. Do you remember Eckerd?
Yes. Sure do. Later became Rite Aid. These steps are a little kinkier than I thought.
So from this side, you can definitely see it has more of that Amity house. Amityville. Amity? Amityville is from Jaws.
Amityville Horror.
Amityville. What's in Jaws? Amity. Isn't that word in Jaws too?
No,
Are you sure?
not really, but hey. It's been some years since I've seen that movie, I couldn't tell you. But Amityville Horror is the name of the
Yeah, I
movie.
remember that one, but I'm getting some kind of weird memory about something Amity in Jaws. But anyway, Amityville Horror. This house is similar to the house in that movie. Now, American Explorer was just saying it looks like the last time they used this place or when they shut it down, someone was just sitting here relaxing and just got up and left. It was a chilly day. And that was it. This is like the Swiss Family Robinson house. It's like a tree house in the woods with a suspended bridge, and you can hear the sounds of water. Only it's not a tropical zone. As you can see, there's snow on the ground.